Good afternoon, happy spring, and welcome back to Muralist Spotlight. I'm your host, Naja Springer. Today, we are going to be discussing Eurhi Jones's mural, Overbrook Nature Works, a Mural Arts Philadelphia project in partnership with National Geographic, located at the Overbrook Environmental Educational Center. Eurhi, thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
So I just have a few questions for you. Firstly, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and your background in art?
So, hi, I go by the pronouns she and her, and I'm a mixed heritage person. My ancestors are from South Korea and Wales, and I grew up in the Philadelphia region. And I would say ever since I was little, I always wanted to make art. And so it was just kind of a straight trajectory towards my life now. And I guess I was lucky to be in a family that didn't get in my way and also was supportive, sort of try to help me get extra art classes and things like that. So I feel very lucky about that. And then I eventually went to the Pennsylvania Academy of the Fine Arts, which was a great experience. And there I met Dave McShane, who was just getting involved in mural making with Mural Arts, and I started helping him out. And in short order, realized what I hadn't thought of before was that I really like working big, and I've been doing that ever since. And then we have been life partners ever since then as well. So that's nice.
That's so nice to hear. I love hearing artists collaborating together. So could you tell us about the process that you went into creating the mural at Overbrook?
Sure. Well, it was really quick. National Geographic got this idea for a mural program in 4 different cities, doing murals in 4 different cities for Earth Day, but the timeline was kind of short. So it was a bit of a scramble to get it to happen. Normally a mural that would take quite a bit of time in planning and then a bit more time in fabrication was all condensed into really a few weeks. So that was an exciting and challenging project to jump right into, but our stalwart project manager, Kate Jacoby, was like, we can do it. So we just threw everything we had into a couple weeks worth of mad mural making, and lots of great assistants came to help. That do a lot of different projects with mural arts, but a lot of them concentrated on this one for the month or the couple of weeks we were at it. So we were able to do it. And it's lovely because I had visited the Environmental Education Center in Overbrook and met the founder and director, Mr. Jerome Shabazz, and quite an inspirational figure, and doing like a lot of really innovative stuff around environment. There's so much to learn from him and what he's doing over there. And about 5 years ago, we had met. One of the other muralists, Brianna Hawkins, was doing some work on the front of the building. So I went and got a tour, and when I went to see what was going on there, and just was so interested in what was happening, but there was no funding for this particular wall. So then, 5 years later, we get to this opportunity with National Geographic and Climate Justice Initiative at Mural Arts, helped, and we help connect the dots with the coming back around for me to come back around to the environmental center. And then Mr. Shabazz was totally on board. So it's not always easy to find a wall that quickly, but he was completely flexible and like very, very accepting and interested in the project. So we very, very quickly thought of what our themes were, and National Geographic let me use which was forests, woods and forests. And National Geographic sort of let me have access to archives of photography, copyright free, I guess you could say, to be inspired by. So I really focused it on one particular photograph by James Blair, who just turns out later is from Philadelphia. I didn't know, which that's a cool connection. And it's this beautiful gray toned forest scene of trees and woods and many layers back into the mist. Actually, it's all gray tones, but he turned it into like high chromatic colors to have a sort of celebratory feel about. So about forests and woodlands. So it kind of was a far cry from his original photograph, but that's how inspiration between artists, works. You see something that touches off an idea and you can run with it. And, we always are constantly building upon each other, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So is there anything else? Like, what was it like working with National Geographic?
Well, I mean, it was really cool to say. They said, oh, well, what kind of images are you thinking of? And I said, well, they have an orchard at the environmental center. They have, they want to have honeybees there. And so I could order up a menu of images and themes. And I said, oh, what have you got at National Geographic? And then they sent me, oh, well, we've got, all these different images of those kind of things that you are looking for. So, I mean, what a treat to be able to look through National Geographic photographs to, cull from it whatever I needed. It's pretty cool. One funny thing that happened is they, to get the word out about the project, they actually, they connected with a lot of influencers from Philadelphia. So towards the end there, people were like cropping up at the mural and taking a lot of selfies. At first I was like, what's going on? So that was another interesting twist to see how people, used that mural or promoted the mural and the whole project through social media. So that was another interesting piece.
That's awesome. And one of my favorite questions, and I'm sure our viewers would learn so much from it, what advice would you give to a young aspiring artist?
Oh, gosh. First of all, I guess I'd say get a flexible side gig to keep you keep you be able to pay your rent, and then but more importantly, just remember that you really cannot put a dollar value on creative expression. So don't get caught up with the buying and the selling or the feeling like your value is dependent on something. The value of your self-expression is dependent on something to do with the economics, because it's not. It just can't really be related. Creative expression, there just can't really be a price that you could put on it. It doesn't. Just two totally different systems, but we try to smush them together in this society to make that seem like a thing. But so try not to put your own personal value on any kind of economic thing. And also don't put the value of your artistic expression on how many likes you get on Instagram. Very important.
Yeah.
It's just an algorithm that doesn't relate to creative expression value. So make sure. And then I would say also just really value your like the mutual support community that you get from other artists. That's like gold. That's the best thing about being an artist in Philly is the wonderful community and being able to make stuff with people or make stuff supported by other people. So yeah.
I highly agree. And we've heard it, everybody, we've heard it from Eurhi. The value from your support system is extremely important. So always keep that in mind. And I do want to know, where can we find your work? Is any of your work currently on display anywhere else?
You can see a mural I did in collaboration with David McShane on 13th and Arch, which is a very big mural about the water department and the Pennsylvania Horticultural Society and urban greening. That's one. And hopefully in the works, we're gonna be having a climate justice mural.
Great.
Yep, we're working on getting that out there, showing all like hopeful solutions and all the difficult history as well. So that should be coming. And then also in the works is a very large mural I'm doing with two other artists, Yvonne Lung and Chenlin Kai, on the new Crane building in the middle. It's a community center in Chinatown in the middle, right in the middle of Chinatown, very tall building. So that's going to be the tallest mural I will have ever done. That's coming up this year too.
Okay, and then where can we find you on social media, and do you have a website?
Oh yeah, I have a website. You can just look Eurhi Jones, EURHI.com. And Eurhi.Jones on Instagram.
All right, perfect. Eurhi, thank you so much for agreeing to be this month's Muralist Spotlight. I'm so excited to have you here, and we look forward to seeing your murals in the future.
Okay, thanks for the time.
Yeah, of course.
Bye.
Bye.